Ferrari too needing a bit of a miracle as well, Louis. Coming into this one, some people saying the fourth, fifth fastest team. They were there with Williams kind of in Miami. I mean, Albon finished ahead of both of them on pure pace. And of course, obviously Monza, the Italian Grand Prix, is the big one, but this is their real home race. This is deep in Ferrari territory, as it were. This is the closest Grand Prix to where the Ferrari base is in Maranello. So, how are the Tifosi going to be reacting if they're battling with Williams for like eighth and ninth?
Well, George, the Tifosi and the Italian media, they're all very rational people, and they will take it with a nice pinch of salt if Ferrari don't perform well this weekend. And the likelihood is they won't perform well this weekend because they haven't really performed all well all year. They definitely need something to bounce back because Miami was pretty messy. Not only with the general performance of the drivers, which was probably below what they had would be happy with. I mean, I'm sure Charles is absolutely livid after crashing it before the sprint race. But yeah, Lewis will be hoping for a little bit more clarity in the team this weekend. Yeah, as long as the Ferraris are not like behind each other or having to deal with each other in any way, um, they might be able to actually focus on what each driver is doing and actually, try and maximize the points. Um, but as soon as it becomes like them right behind each other, they'll probably have another panic attack or something.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for them to have a bit of a kerfuffle when it comes to the team orders and stuff. Ruby, how are you seeing getting Ferrari getting on this weekend? Because Hamilton did get a podium in the Miami Sprint in pretty incredible circumstances, admittedly. I'm clutching at many straws now saying this, but it's a car that it can perform all right. I mean, Charles Leclerc got a podium in Saudi. It can perform all right in the right conditions, but I'm not so sure that Imola's gonna suit it really.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real, Ferrari are having a shocking start to 2025. Like we're only really a quarter of the way through the season, but even with their first ever sprint win and that sprint podium that you mentioned from Lewis Hamilton as well, it's not been the season for them that we were expecting. The car they've brought to the 2025 season is not the most competitive. You might even think maybe just go back to the 2024 one. Williams have shown that the evolution like model works for them at the very least, and that's who they're fighting with. So their 2024 challenger was way ahead of the Williams. So, maybe they might solidify that fourth place in the Constructors' Championship with the 2024 car. But, Leclerc went faster with damage. Lewis is having new team teething issues. They've not won a title since 2008. Their last driver's title was 2007. But they've certainly had the talent since then to be able to do something about that. But like, I don't think that Ferrari dropping heads is something that will solve it, unless it's maybe their strategy team or their internal comms channels. And because clearly they need to talk to each other. Maybe they need to do what they were doing with Fernando Alonso and speak in Italian, because there's clearly some misunderstandings going on here. Um, but yeah, with Fred Vasseur, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari are running out of excuses. There was rumors of a new floor and some reshaped side pods being brought to Imola, but now Fred's downplaying the size of the upgrades being brought. Maybe they might bring the Lego cars to Imola. That might give them some performance advantage. They'll be doing bits, pun intended. But we're not going to see a jump in performance that Tifosi are crying out for, and I'm also not going to apologise for said pun.
That was a very well constructed pun there, Ruby.